Welcome to the AI Applied podcast. I'm your host, Jaden Schaefer. Each week, I cover breaking AI news, tools, and interview experts giving you actionable tips on applying AI into your career, job, workflows, and life. Make sure that you go to aibox.ai, link in the show notes, to join the waitlist for our new AI platform. We're going to be launching an incredible platform that allows you to build anything you want with workflows in AI. So you're able to chain together ChatGPT and image generators and audio generators to make really powerful apps for your organization, or you can host them on our marketplace and actually generate royalties from them. So make sure to go to aibox.ai and join the waitlist. In addition, if you like the podcast, if you could do me a massive favor and please leave us a review on Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast. This helps me be able to get better guests on here as they check the reviews to see how you guys are liking it. So if you could please do that, I would really appreciate it. Celestial AI has just raised a whopping $100 million for a very cool use case. So today on the podcast, we're going to be talking about what they are spending that $100 million on, what they do, and why I think this is such an important use case for the future. So the first thing to know is that essentially they're creating this cutting edge technology that speeds up data transfer. And this massive funding round is all about the company's technology known as Photonic Fabric platform. So essentially it is something that has been very interesting to a lot of big investors. It's caught their attention. They had investors like IAG Capital Partners, Koch Disruptive Technologies, Tesmax Exor Innovation Fund, Samsung, Porsche, the Engine Fund. A lot of other big investors have been super interested in this. And actually, this isn't the first, obviously, money that they've raised. This will bring them up to $165 million that they've raised total since the very early stages of funding till now. So in basic terms, Celestial AI is working on a solution for a problem known as the memory wall challenge. So this problem essentially comes up when you're trying to work with advanced AI models like, GPT-4, for example, which power things like advanced chatbots and recommendation systems. So obviously something that is very prevalent in the industry today. So these models need a ton of memory capacity and speed, but this is actually very hard to achieve because of how computer memory and computing work together. So the current method of transferring data is electrical interconnects, and they have a lot of limitations. For example, like lower bandwidth, higher delay times, and huge power usage, right? We've heard this a lot when people are training these AI models. It uses an insane amount of power. So these problems can slow down the advancements, and essentially when you're trying to scale your AI technology, all of these things slow them down a lot. And so that's actually where Celestial AI comes in and the problem that they're trying to solve. So Celestial AI has partnered with some top tier tech companies to develop their Photonic Fabric, which is essentially a special way of transferring data that's designed for large-scale computing and memory tasks. So Celestial AI says that this tech breaks down the limitations of how memory can be distributed in data centers, and basically it's enabling a lot faster and a lot more efficient computing. And I would say the main problem moving forward, according to Celestial AI CEO Dave Lavosky, is the memory capacity and data management for large language models and recommendation engines. So Photonic Fabric's advantage is that it can directly deliver data anywhere in the silicon die, which is like, you can think of the silicon die essentially as like the brain of a computer, and where current solutions can only deliver data to the edge of the die. So they're delivering data to the edge of the die, and then it's getting pulled in, and there's a lot of lost speed. It has latency issues and whatnot. So this new Photonic Fabric, it can deliver the data directly to the center of the die or anywhere else on this silicon die. So this new technology has reportedly overcome one of the really, you could call it like a quote unquote beachfront problems, but essentially it's offering much higher bandwidth and lower delay times. And this lets the platform provide super fast links between different computing parts. So the recent funding has also got the attention of Broadcom, which is a leading tech company, which is now working with Celestial AI on developing prototypes based on this tech. So their goal with these prototypes is to have them ready for customers within the next year and a half. So, within the next 18 months or so. So as the amount of data being moved around data centers grows, this isn't, this is obviously a trend we're seeing continue to grow. These AI models are just getting more popular. More companies are doing this kind of technology and kind of building these AI models out. And as this continues to grow, the data transfer speeds also need to rise. But as these speeds go up, current methods of data transfer, including, electrical interconnects, they start having problems like signal loss and limited bandwidth that can't keep up with the data growth. So really, this restricts the overall speed and just efficiency of the system. So with the Photonic Fabric's low latency or delay time in data transmission, more servers can be connected with traditional electrical interconnects. So the same low latency also allows latency-sensitive applications to use remote memory, which wasn't possible with older methods. So by using this new Photonic Fabric, companies can actually better use their memory and computing resources without a hit on power, latency, and performance. So poor use of server memory can lead to massive waste of money. I've looked into this a lot. I've talked a lot with my different CTOs for different startups. But essentially, if you don't have your servers configured correctly, there's all of these different arguments you have to make between the different types of servers and how you set that up. But it can cost you a lot of money if you don't have those set up correctly. So by making better use of your memory, Celestial AI's new tech can actually help to reduce a lot of the waste and improve memory utilization. They believe that their new, essentially their new product can deliver data from anywhere on the silicon to the point of computing, and the bandwidth provided is significantly greater, and the delay time is significantly lower than competing solutions. So I think this is really ideal for working with large AI models that can range from 100 billion to 1 trillion plus parameters, which is actually a trend I think we're seeing in the future and in this space with GPT-4 being rumored at being over 1 trillion parameters, and Facebook themselves, or I guess Meta, has talked about a lot of different AI models they're building and how many parameters are in those, and they're saying they're orders of magnitude bigger than even GPT-4, allegedly, is what Meta's saying, which would be trillions and trillions of parameters, so very, very large. By enabling each processor to store and process larger chunks of data, the Photonic Fabric reduces the number of processors needed and provides the fastest link between processors, allowing them to process much faster and really just increases the speed overall. I think it's going to be really interesting to continue to watch this space and see if new innovations like this out of Celestial AI make a really big impact, because as they're making a lot of these improvements, they're essentially allowing us to build bigger, more powerful, more power consumptive models, which is going to be really, really big for some of the big use cases that people have in the future. So I think this is going to be really interesting. I think this is going to push the industry forward in a lot of ways that people aren't predicting right now. We're going to see some pretty massive improvements in AI in the coming years and even perhaps, months because of this new technology that's coming to the forefront. If you are looking for an innovative and creative community of people using ChatGPT, you need to join our ChatGPT creators community. I'll drop a link in the description to this podcast. We'd love to see you there, where we share tips and tricks of what is working in ChatGPT. It's a lot easier than a podcast, as you can see screenshots, you can share and comment on things that are currently working. So if this sounds interesting to you, check out the link in the comment. We'd love to have you in the community. Thank you for tuning in to the AI Applied podcast. Make sure to rate this wherever you listen to your podcasts, and have a fantastic rest of your day.